Welcome to chapter 2, which is the Caucasus and Central Asia. I've just stopped for a drink break in this little hut by the roadside. I've set off. I'm still in Turkey. No, this is not the Swiss Alps and it's not Austria, it's still Turkey. But the road up here has been absolutely class. I don't know if I'll put the footage in this video or the last one. I'll probably put it in the last one. I'll see if I can get some fresh footage of Georgia. This should be the first video in the new section, so I'll make it Georgia footage. Probably won't get any riding footage today because the road that I'm going down goes all the way pretty much to where I'm staying. There is a police checkpoint over there. Yeah, the plan, I think they're picking at me. The plan is, and we've got maps now, you see, so this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So Google Maps becomes less and less reliable. Let me just hold this a bit better. Less and less reliable the further away from the UK and Europe that you get. So we've got maps for much of the distance we're covering. This is the Caucasus map, and this is by a company called the Reese Know-How, who make absolutely phenomenal maps. Absolutely love maps. Got them on my living room wall at home because I'm insane. We're going to cross into Georgia here. I don't know if you can see this very well on the camera, but about an hour and a half down the road, we're about here. Of course, it's covered by this lettering, but we're going to come up this road here, and this is where we'll cross into Georgia. We'll actually finish in Aycliffe. I've already booked my accommodation for that, which is £20. Absolute bargain. It gets glowing reviews, like 9 out of 10s. From here, we will then ride tomorrow up through Georgia, up to Dusheti, which is somewhere around, where is it? Tbilisi is here. So we'll be in Dusheti here, or roughly in this region, depending on where I find a place to stay. The following day, we're entering Russia. Now, I have a friend who I'm meeting in China, who will be on the China tour. He's actually my roommate. He's going at a different pace, and I think tonight he's going to be in a place I can't see on the map, but he's very close to the Russian border up here. So tomorrow I ride to Dusheti, which is north of Tbilisi, up here. And then the following day, there won't be any videos for about 4 or 5 days because you can't use Wi-Fi without a Russian SIM card. I can't buy a Russian SIM card without a Russian passport, and there are jammers in the cities. As far as I know, there's lots of conflicting information. We don't want to get too caught up in that. Again, just remember the pact that we made in the first video. There will be no geopolitics. This is about exploration and discovery. So I will enter into Russia here, which is at Verkhny Laz. I don't know if you can see that right there, Verkhny Laz. I'll be staying in Vladikavkaz, so I don't know how long it's going to take to get through this border. The paperwork is considerable to get through here, so I'm going to allow almost the whole day. So I have about a 2-hour ride up to the border, and then maybe half an hour to Vladikavkaz. So only a 3-hour ride that day, assuming it could take hours to get through this border. From here, we're going to ride off the map, actually. The map is for Caucasus and not Dagestan. Dagestan is this part of Russia. We're going to ride to Makhachkala and then, or in that region of, and then out to Astrakhan, and then from there we'll enter Kazakhstan. So today I go another hour further forward from UK time, and then I enter Russia, go back to 2 hours positive, and then when I enter Kazakhstan I'm 5 hours positive. So we jump 3 time frames, or three hours of time we go forward in one day. People are looking at me because I'm talking on a camera. Anyway, that's the plan for the next few days. Quite excited. Leaving Turkey. Turkey's been absolutely phenomenal, and it really has saved the best till last. The views on the roads today have been absolutely class. Yeah, people are looking at me. That's okay. So I'm just going to get back on the bike. I don't know, there's a police checkpoint here. There's been quite a few checkpoints actually. There was leagues of checkpoints in Bulgaria, and I never got pulled for any of them. And then I came into Turkey. I did get stopped at one leaving when I was passing through Istanbul. They had pistols, and a couple of the guys had submachine guns, which is pretty cool. And they just wanted to know where I was going. They didn't speak any English. I've been pulled twice since, selected. I think they're just picking off mopeds for insurance, just checking insurance. But as soon as you say, do you speak English, and they see the UK plate, they just let you go straight away. I guess you're either not worth the hassle or they just don't want to deal with it, which is fair play. But been really, really, really good so far. Really enjoying it. It gets really exciting. So the week after this, yeah, in a week's time, I'll be in Kazakhstan, which is super exciting. The Kazakh part of the route is going to be really, really tough. It's one of the two really hard parts of the tour actually. I've got a lot of distance to cover in Kazakhstan. There's no scenery. It's just blazing hot, flat, nothing really much to look at. So it's going to take me about 6 days to pass through Kazakhstan. So the footage probably won't be so good. Might be a couple less videos, might not do daily, might do every other day just because there's not much to show. But the following week with Georgia and Russia is going to be really exciting, so watch this space. Anyway, that's enough nattering on. You know whose big lugs them are in the shadow, don't you? Welcome to Georgia. It is absolutely blazing. It's been blazing all day. 31 degrees, 32, something like that. It's been a hot one and there's been no shade anywhere. Anyway, complaints aside, passed through the border. It was pretty intense, but they didn't search as far as the Serbian guys did, but they were fine, they were alright, they were friendly enough. Actually, the Turks again, I met two Turkish lads. I think it was Mustafa and another lad. I'm sorry, I know they're going to say this as well because we exchanged details. I'm sorry lads, I've had loads to do. But I met two lovely lads at the border coming into Georgia. They're doing a 7-day tour of Georgia. It sounds really good, and then they're going to head back, but they're doing the test of the Trans-Euro Trail, which is fair enough. So they're geared up for off-road. I think they had a Husqvarna 701 and a V-Strom 250 kitted for off-road. So I couldn't remember the names, but I remember the bikes. That's how autistic I am. Anyway, lovely lads, honestly, they were a good crack. So passed through the border together actually, which is really lovely. So I've arrived in Aycliffe. I'm not saying it right. Again, the lads at the board told me how to say it, and I can't remember. It's been a long day actually. It's been a lot of heat. I've lost an hour as well. So once you arrive at Georgia, it's another time zone ahead. So I'm 3 hours ahead now. But this is Rabati Castle. I think it's called Rabati Castle or Aycliffe Castle, just in one of the towers. But it's absolutely beautiful up here. Really, really nice. Bunch of noisy people turned up there. They're almost as bad as vloggers with cameras. But I've had a class time today. The riding's been absolutely phenomenal. My room is in like a homestay place. It's just like a family home, and they've got a bunch of rooms and they just let them out. And I think I paid £21, so it's about $23, €23 for the night, which is outstanding. Double bed, massive room, everything. It's definitely getting quiet around this castle. Only a few people left. You've got to buy a ticket to get in the top half. It closes in 20 minutes. I don't know why it just didn't let me through. I don't know. I got my wallet out as well, said how much. Didn't work. No, Georgia's absolutely lovely. Lots of people speaking English as well, so it's either really good with tourism from the west, or Georgians just speak English. But a lot of the signs are English as well, so I didn't realise how interesting the Georgian alphabet is. Yeah, totally unlike anything I've seen. I've done no homework on Georgia, none basically, only that the flag looks like St George's Cross, only even more English. But no, it's really, really nice. Riding was phenomenal today. Turkish fella at the petrol station, he filled my tank and he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I'm from England." He says, "Oh, right, so you're a guest in my country." He said, "Come and have a Turkish tea." So I sat in a couple of chairs with this guy, and I had like Turkish tea with him, which was really spot on. So the Turks, honest, 10 out of 10 in my book. They really are just the loveliest people. Yeah, really, really good. With proper tea as well. That tea leaves on the bottom of the cup, so yeah, lovely. You just can't get that anywhere as far as I've been. I've never had that. Never had hospitality like that. The Texan hospitality in the US, well, that's something. But I reckon the Turks are better. Anyway, it's not a competition. Really nice people. So I've exchanged my currency. I had to give my passport over and answer some questions just to get hold of some rubles. That's that restricted currency. But I'm pretty much set for this country and then Russia, and then obviously any spare currencies left over I'll change back when I get to Kazakhstan. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Heading up north of Tbilisi tomorrow towards the border. I'll see what accommodation there is. Sun's going down. Going to get a bite to eat, a snack, something like that. Do some video editing. But yeah, it's been a corker of a day. So really, really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. Spot on.